Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we are going to look at the Pleione. I was going to say plumeria, but it is a Pleione. Little Pleione bulb that we bought at the SOOS, the Southern Ontario Orchid Society show. We're going to be potting this one up, and let me just put this down gently. I wanted to share with you, I'll bring the camera down. The light is really bright up here, but I don't know whether you're able to see this. But in there, these are the other Pleiones. Pleione Tongariro. I'll put the name down here. Got these ones from Brad last year. If I can find it, I'll try to post the photos of, or not photos, the video of me planting them up originally. They were really small. They still are really small. And Brad also says, Brad from Brad's Greenhouse. Assuming you all know who he is. He's very popular. I just got lost in my own thought. They have been stuck out in my garage all winter long, so they've had a cold treatment. It didn't get terribly cold in there. It didn't go below freezing. I think the lowest it ever went was 4 degrees Celsius. Not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. It's below 50, I know that. And the highest, well, it can go up from there, but the average high temperature was about 10 degrees Celsius, so that's around 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So I just decided to bring those in today, or a couple of days ago. They've been sitting here on my grow table for a couple of days, but I'm seeing all kinds of new growth. So I'll take some photos, and I'll show you some of the photos at the end of this video. Really cool that they're starting to grow. I didn't expect them to do this well. Hopefully we get some flowers on this particular one. This one here, put the name down below. That's just what I assume it is. But for some reason I can't seem to remember the name. It starts with an F. And not a curse word. Starts with an F, but not that F. So anyway, I just wanted to show you what we're going to do to plant this. And I wanted to just share with you the growth of the other plumeria. There I go again, Pleione. So with this Pleione, they are terrestrial orchids, so you want to have kind of a mix of potting soil. I've got a peat-based potting soil. This is my seed mix that I've been using for everything. I'm also going to use some fine, what is this, orchid bark. It's what is it? It includes vermiculite, charcoal, perlite, and doesn't say whether it's fir bark. I would assume it's fir bark. It's always fir bark. So I'm going to bring you down a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so like I said, I've got the fine fir bark mix. This also has some perlite and some charcoal in it. I'm going to use some sphagnum moss and the peat-based soil as well. Just going to throw a couple of handfuls of this mix in there. And then I'm going to throw some sphagnum moss in there. I'm going to break up the sphagnum moss a little bit. And we'll add some water to it. You don't need long strands of sphagnum moss, so you can use a cheaper moss. Don't need to waste your money on the long fibers for this particular task. Long fibers is good for other things, but not necessarily this. I like using the moss because it holds on to some moisture, where the other stuff allows it to drain more freely. You want to have good airflow to the roots. Even still, it is a terrestrial orchid. It still likes good airflow. You'll notice that these terrestrial orchids usually grow in areas where there's a lot of leaf litter or decomposing trees and stuff. So if you could usually just sift the soil with your hands. It's usually not a heavy packed soil. They're just growing right at the surface where you can easily pull them up. Exceptions to every rule, but that's just a general idea. Okay, I got this mixture mixed in. I'm actually going to take some of the bark mix and put it at the bottom of the pot. I'm going to use this 4-inch pot for this. I was going to go with a really small one, but then I thought that might be a little bit too small. It's a perfect size for it now, but I'm going to leave it in this for a couple of seasons. So I just want to give it a 4-inch pot just to be sure that it has enough space. Alright. So we're going to throw some of this soil, or not soil, this bark mix into the bottom. This will allow really good drainage. We're going to fill a nice layer of this mix we just made with the sphagnum moss and seed germinating mix. It's going to be a nice light airy mix. Water should drain right through, but it does have a little bit of moisture retentive qualities, so it's not going to dry out in a day. Now we're just going to basically rest this bulb on the top. And I'm going to just add some mix just around it ever so slightly. I don't want to cover it too much, because if you cover it too much, you could cause rot. You want to have the bulb exposed. Kind of like an amaryllis. Very similar to that. And there we go. The roots will develop into the new mix. It'll be happy. I will keep you posted on this one to see if it blooms. Last year, like I said, I didn't get any blooms on this, but hopefully this one is on its way to Bloomtown. I'm going to keep this on my window ledge. This will like a bright indirect location. In the house it can deal with full sun, but if it's outside, it would like to be in a partly shaded location, at least shaded from the hot midday sun in the summertime. But all in all, it does like good light. So this is a fantastic windowsill orchid if you have a nice bright sunny window in the house, and you can keep it growing like that all the time, except for the winter dormancy when it needs a little bit of a cool period in order to go through its dormancy and produce the flower buds for the next season. Really interesting bulb. Again, we'll stay watching this one throughout the season. So I will show you the close-up photos of this now. This Pleione Tongaroo. Anyway, stay tuned for that. And follow me on Instagram. Show me your Pleiones. Are they starting to grow now? I'd love to see photos of Pleiones. And there's so many different types. Shades of pinks, whites. I think I've seen some yellows. Very cool plants. Very beautiful. Also, join me on the PlantzNThings Facebook page and the PlantzNThings What's Growing page. Join the group. It's becoming quite large. It's over 2,000 members now, so it's quite the eclectic mix of plant lovers. There's orchids, there's outside plants, there's just regular tropical plants. It's just so amazing. I'm amazed every day that I go in and check it out. You guys grow some beautiful plants. Love to see more. Anyway, happy growing everyone, and enjoy the photos. I don't know if you're able to see it from my shirt because I'm wearing a greenish color. And then over here, kind of hugging the pot, is another one that looks like a spike. So it is doing amazingly well. It also has